So in this scenario, again, we have in Docker Compose version, we can provide environment variables, something like this. If I'm using Docker run command, I can provide environment variable like this. So without a Docker environment, if I'm running this normally, I can say db host equal PostgreSQL, something like this, and the nxserve command. So either one of these ways, we can provide environment variables, the Compose way, Docker way, and the normal way of doing that. And as I mentioned earlier, there are like other tools that we can make use of this technology, or you can externalize this configuration. Uh, the next thing that we'll be looking into doing these things in more advanced manner. Okay, in the advanced manner. So uh, we'll be utilizing something called what do you call um, Kubernetes. Okay, so we'll be using Kubernetes, the next level of deploying the application and configuring those things in our production environment. So Kubernetes is like it's not gonna be like really simple to learn. There are a lot of things that you guys need to identify and work with. Okay, and most probably it is a resource consuming product. Okay, it is meant for applications which is in high scale, high volume, and it's like when we are using Kubernetes, we are thinking about applications such as Uber, Airbnb, Facebook kind of thing. Okay, we are talking about huge applications which runs 24/7, and you need to externalize those things. But in order to go into Kubernetes level, you guys need to know Docker builds, how Docker works, how external configuration works, and all those things. So we'll be focusing on Kubernetes with upcoming lectures. I think if I put Kubernetes today, but it will be hurting your mind for sure. We'll discuss Kubernetes in detail in next lectures. But remember, we will need some more information or some things to be prepared within our application. I'll be certainly demonstrating few of the Kubernetes tasks, but not all. Okay, Kubernetes is something huge. It's something evolving, but better to know orchestration. So in order to you guys to learn that, I need you guys to at least go with these few things. So we have talked about containers. Okay, that is job of Docker, and we need to use orchestration. Probably I have misspelled it. Orchestration. Yes, orchestration. In this scenario, we will be using Kubernetes. Okay, so Kubernetes will be using for orchestration purposes. So you guys need to look into basic of Kubernetes. Okay, Kubernetes. Let me Kubernetes. Let me give a brief introduction. Actually, there is an interactive way of learning Kubernetes. So I will put these things in a chat. Okay. So I'm not gonna go into deeply in this. Okay. So you need to learn the Kubernetes basic section, and keep in mind on these things. Okay, we'll just learn the Kubernetes basics, so you will be enough. But I'll explain these things in later. But in order to work with this application, you guys need to have the basics. I'm not gonna go from zero to hero, but at least few introduction and get to know you guys on what we need to work on this scenario. I think this terminal is not gonna do me any good. My internet is not good at all, but we have seen how we can work with the application by simply providing environment variables and changes things in our Docker environment. Okay, any questions from these guys? Anything that you guys have to ask? Okay, all right. Let me stop sharing and